Welcome to another episode of Woody's Tapestry. Hi, I'm your host, Willie J, and I thank you for tuning in and watching what we have to say today. Today, we're going to be talking about something that has been on America's mind for the last 4 or 5 months, and that is how is that debate going to be? Well, tonight is the night, the time is the time. So we're just going to do like everybody else and put in our 2 cents about it. And I got a little bit of it that I just want to show, and then we're going to kind of talk about it a little bit. So come on with me and let's discuss the debate. Got to wait until they get past this one part. Okay, but maybe
Kamala
that was a
Harris.
good thing. What I will say this is that I like the fact that Kamala came out, forced her, she created more surface area for her as far as power because she went into his territory. Now understand, y'all need to understand how warfare is. You always want to take the war to the other person's property. You don't want it to be in your homeland. So she went into his property. Okay, so she went into his bubble, his area, and that makes him insecure because you've invaded me. So he has to do something, either protect himself or he's going to have to move to another position. That was a slick move. And you see how aggressive it was. Some may take it in a negative way, but it shows power. And it also shows that she is actually an alpha female and he's not an alpha male. He's only barking. He ain't got no bite. Let's take a peek at this.
Let's have a good debate.
See you. Have fun.
Thank you.
Welcome to you both. It's wonderful to have you. It's an honor to have you both here tonight.
Good evening. We are looking forward to a spirited and thoughtful debate.
So let's get started. I want to begin tonight with the issue that voters repeatedly say is their number one issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago.
Now, I know they just got started, but listen, can you also see that they cleaned him up? He ain't orange. They changed his look. Good idea. See, and he looked like he done trimmed down a little bit. That's another good idea. So they was working with this guy.
And your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle class.
And this is another thing that I have a problem with politicians. If I ask you what time it is, don't give me how the clock was put together or tell me how to build a watch. I just want to know what time it is. All right?
Kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing, and the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young
Okay. So it doesn't seem like she's going to really answer the question, but she's going to explain the question. I don't get it, but I did get it because every opportunity that you have to put what it is that you're going to do on display before the people, this is the only chance you have to do it. So that's why she does the same thing, and she just keeps talking about all the things that she's going to put in place and the things that she's put in place. And I finally understand that. So let's listen some more.
families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children. My passion, one of them, is small businesses. My mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to
What the hell that's got to do with the question? I mean, come on, Kamala, you my girl, but I mean, for real though, I have no idea Excuse me. I have no idea what it is that you're trying to tell me right now. I done forgot the question.
Give a $50,000 tax deduction to startup small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on to get through the month. Economists have said that that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the backs of middle-class people paying for tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after.
Now, ain't tariffs kind of like taxes? And if you force taxes on the other group, they're not going to take the loss. They're going to try to shift it to us. I think that's how that goes. Okay. Well,
75 years pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because it was so much money they can't. It would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places. They've left the tariffs on. When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation has, which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prison.
now he counted all of them now. That's how he know. Or he has other people that has counted them. They told him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 800,000, 900,000, a million. Ain't but 10 people came through. I'm just saying.
And jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums.
Well, hell, that's how the country got started. when England first released all them fools that they did, they went and emptied out their jails and insane asylums, and that's why this country was built with crazy folk.
And they're coming in and they're taking jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans and Hispanics, and also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon.
I tell you what they won't do. They won't take care of them black kids.
And you see what's happening. You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in violently. These are the people that.
Listen, the whole Springfield, Ohio thing is a hoax. The people of Springfield is tired of this crap. What they talking about, the Haitians is stealing their cats and eating these people's cats. Now, this dude actually said this in the debate. He's talking about they eating cats. We're not going to get to it because I don't have all of the debate. However, it never happened. And even with the officials in that area telling them that doesn't, nothing like that has happened, he still said, well, they could be mistaken because he want to believe the bullshit. Let's keep him rolling.
Xi and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying our country. They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality. and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast. I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
Well, I would love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to
See, when she said before, when she said that his daddy had gave him 400 million, he came back and said, no, it wasn't that much. But he still gave him millions and millions of dollars, and I think he gave him more than 3 or 4. However, the thing is, he doesn't want to admit to the fact that he had a head start on a lot of people. See? And that he want to try to look down on. But anyhow, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we also have another channel called Now and Then, where my son and I get together and we talk and just be goofy and talk about different things. You might want to tune into that because it's funny and it's educational, because we always throw that golden nugget in there somewhere. So until we see each other next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And you're listening to Willie J for Woody's Tapestry. Peace.